Ladies and gentlemen, with all the energy being so weird, I thought I would go live, especially since we have two very destructive, very large tornadoes that are ripping through Ohio. As I last checked, now most of my digital stuff is hacked to complete pieces with such great authority that it's like Google was my hacker. That would be bad for business. Asterisk. Who can mess with a monopoly? All right, so the thing here says it was 2 hours ago, but that's only because my inner clock is off. I'm just trying to breathe. Just got to keep on breathing and breathing. But it is 10:44, and these are the latest tweets. This from Jacqueline. With all, people are going house to house currently for the first tornado in Daytona, which is a pretty large populated area. And my machine fights me all the time. Everybody likes to fight me. I don't know. It must be fun to fight. Okay. There we go. People are going house to house currently for the first tornado in Daytona, Ohio. And now another tornado warned storm moving in second time with this radar velocity signature. Very likely a second tornado. And everybody seems to agree that we got one big bad tornado going down. What is up, Izio? What is up, Dave DR? What is up, Casey? Here in Ohio, getting rain and lightning and a lot of thunder. Good evening, always smile. But what is it? I can't even remember. When did the tornado start? Like a week ago? And then it's been like nonstop tornado days ever since. And so now we have one large tornado that may have been winding down, but then a second one behind it is winding up. Suspected tornado near Vandalia, crossing the path of the first tornado. Because like I said, we're double tornadoes here. And that, pretty much a lot of people are going to be on tornado watch for the next tomorrow and the day after that. Continuing, Jennifer C. again, urgent tornado warning for Greene and Montgomery counties at 11:41. A confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located over Northridge, moving southeast at 35 miles an hour. What up, True? Yeah, we had the first one that was big and destructive, and then we've got this one, which followed right after the first one went down. Trying to go to my profile. What is that? Okay. Crap. That's not the button I wanted to hit. Dude, don't make mistakes. You are live, I said to myself. Okay. And I did a rambly video for 25 minutes earlier because there's a lot of shit happening. It is bad out there. And without a vacation, I'm not going to have a filter. And personally, I'm okay with that. I'm just going to do the best I can with the hand I've been dealt. So if I go kind of crazy, it's because I've been talking about this for like 6 years nonstop, saying we should prepare for this shit. And now that it's here, I'm like, okay. Weather optics, a terrifying and dangerous situation currently taking place near Daytona, Ohio, as a strong tornado likely on the ground moves into Wilberforce and Cedarville, Ohio. Notice behind this, yet another cell right on its heels is showing signs of what is likely a second tornado. That is not good. And neither's my mic cutting out. Yeah, parts of Illinois, hail as well. Crazy. What up, Chubb, Sarah, Cactus? Somewhere near, Daytona's getting hit with its second tornado at the moment. And don't want to jump off that just yet, but all right, so you're telling me that when these planetary protodiscs form together, that doesn't affect the weathers that's on the planets inside of the solar system? I mean, science basically saying that the other planets in the solar system itself does not ever affect Earth and the weather. That is like downright insane. It is totally impossible to cheat on me when I'm single. All right. Nighttime, a very strong tornado over heavily populated area. Very bad. So look at this little map and model right here. It is definitely had one major tornado with what looked like a debris ball, and it looks like we were getting a second tornado. Yeah, clear in Vancouver. How are the fires? I know they had BC got flooding, and then parts of Canada in the remote parts were getting some pretty nasty fires, if I saw that shit correctly. Please be okay in Daytona, being the end of a long weekend. Everybody's home. Significant tornado hitting suburbs at a time is a worst case scenario. Yeah, I think we all agree that night tornadoes are really bad and scary. What up, Paul? And so that's not good. Let's check that out. Like I said, I just kind of checked to see if anybody else was covering it. Nobody was. So I thought I would jump in and try and help since everybody started freaking out and saying, oh my, it is super tornado-y. All right, let's see. This is just one way to. That's not going to help a lot, is it? Okay, you're going to have to give me a moment, please. So how are you guys doing? Did you have a good Memorial Day weekend? All thanks to all soldiers, those who passed away giving their lives for our freedom, whether we throw it in the dirt or not, and the ones who are still serving today. Hopefully they'll be part of the group that leads us to a better place, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And come on, load faster. And okay, I'm going to take a... Where did you go? Come on. You can do it. Yay, computer running slow. That helps. All right, then. For a moment, they're going over Daytona. Oh, man. It's a great time for my computer to freeze up. Okay, wonderful. What was I talking about? So, like, this is where the second area is. Great. All right, so let me show you this. That's not working. Doesn't look like chat's working anymore. So if this is even recording, then here you go. This is kind of an interesting thing. If you'll notice, the Sierras are creating their own rain. The models have been showing the Sierras creating their own rain. Actually, let me show the whole thing. Okay, so greetings. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to. But watch, there's so many things to watch on here. A, there are these rain dots that are freaking me out. And to watch how right here along the Sierra Mountains, it just creates its own rain. There. And it just creates, it's not coming off the coast. And they get these weird dots. It's all very odd. All of the weather is very odd. Tornado blew the awning off a gas station in Illinois, broke trees, and flooded parts. How long ago was that? Was that today? I mean, because it's been like a blur. It's been like a week of tornadoes nonstop. And unfortunately, I have to tell you that we at least have a minimum of 2 more days of that shit. And to watch how the rain bands are instantly popping up all along this ridge. And then this area is going to be super hot. And then we have the maximum heat wave coming in over the southeast. I go back to our next piece of bad news, which is Japan is having a heat wave that has killed 5 people and has hospitalized nearly 600. And they have volcanoes over there as well. The coastal town of Soroma topped 103 degrees on Sunday. That's the highest temperature at any observation point in Japan for the month of May. That's like the whole country, dude. This thing, 103, is going to shatter the record for May. The whole country with a couple of days to go. And that is fascinating because we've got a mega heat wave coming up to the USA on tomorrow and then through the week. You're going to get some really high temperatures. Hold on, did my computer get better? Why won't you load, man? You're making me look bad, computer. What did I do to you? Oh, there she goes. I forgot. You should talk nice to stuff. Because even inanimate objects respond to your tone. Science said that shit. You can pick and choose science as much as you want to. Although some scientists would disagree. Okay. So yeah, we've got. Where is? Let's see if we can find it. I think we can. That looks like Daytona there, and that's a really nasty squall line. Or I'm sorry, rain band clump. And you know what? I No, I don't cut my hair. That stuff that costs money, and that's the thing is I don't wash it that much either because that costs money too. And but I do need to buy rubber bands so I can tie my hair up because it gets hot on the back of my neck in the summer. Right. So who is my tornado expert here? Because would it be one of these? I guess we'll watch the recording. Hello, Lock Dot. Any relation to Sharon Tate? I watched the trailer for the Hollywood movie with Brad Pitt and Leo. That looks interesting. All right, so this is the kind of rolled through Daytona. Look at that rain band. So is that it right there? Okay. So it looked like, is that it? And then as it disappeared, another one came up behind it, I think. So it looks like Daytona's out of the worst of it. And yeah, if you're anywhere in this area, I mean, like I said, this thing has been churning and burning tornadoes all week. So U.S. military got my respect. My stepfather was a intercontinental ballistic missile silo commander. So yeah, the missile stuff, like that was one of the main reasons I put so much money into rockets, because they were like, we got to missile each other, instead of bombs that you can launch all the way across the world. So that was why they poured a ton of it. But yeah, all the missile stuff is really great, interesting. Although, mutually assured destruction is shitty. But so there's your big blob. And that thing is going to be dangerous. And tomorrow, let me go over here if I can. Tomorrow? Whoa. Okay. Yep. I played guitar the other night for 3 or 4 hours. I broke 2 strings, and it was so much fun. Okay. So this is tomorrow. And so we'll see, that the same areas that have been just getting pounded by rain again and again and again are going to be getting rain. And then this is our enhanced tornado area for tomorrow. And then this looks a little bit abnormal to me. I know tornadoes have gone through these areas before, but so if is that near Pennsylvania? We're going to watch out for Pennsylvania people because you people are awesome. And then the other states which are going around it. Katya's in the dark green. So she should be okay. But if a tornado does go through New York, I expect somebody to get a good video of that for me. Through your webcam, don't put your life in danger. See, that is tomorrow. So as you can see, tomorrow is going to be super tornado-y and super rainy. That's like 50% of the United States will get rain tomorrow. But the high breaks off along the West Coast because of the heat. Who knows? Let's kick on over to Windy. I'm feeling a little better, man. Yesterday my shadow side was just angry, real angry, real pissed off. Because I definitely don't want to, just watch a slow collapse happen. That would be bad. What a waste of resources and people and animals and planet. I don't think we came this far to fail. Although that's what everyone's been selling us for 20 years. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Although, if we keep breaking standard deviations of temperature records all across the globe to higher rates, I mean, summer's not even here yet. Because if the planet gets too hot, we're fucked. Doesn't even matter what caused it. You know? What about we all take a break from arguing with each other to reassess all the data, kind of like wipe the chalkboard clean, and then we all investigate what it could be that's screwing up everything. So I have a feeling it's a lot of things. So if we all work together to figure it out and then find a solution, things could be amazing and awesome again. Okay, so we're going to watch the American heat wave here. Because remember, like, the whole big battle that will be taking place of this tornado season, it'll be because of the temperature contrast. So you have a much cooler, colder air in the northwest, and then you have the super hot, steamy, humid air of the southeast, and they're going to clash, and in the middle is when you're going to get your rain. And so as we watch the temperature, see that? And as we watch the temperature here, it should put out some pretty nasty reds. I don't think my machine's going to let it run too nice. .96, 102. See, that would be a record-breaking temperature for Georgia in May. And so, like, if you're getting 102s in May, and then what fascinates me, though, is just the bounce back. Like, during the day, it's 103 degrees here, and then bang, at night, over in Colorado and whatever square state that is. What are you, Idaho? Montana? Montana. Damn it. Dang it. Shucks. So you had to get, like, super hot here and then ice here. That's why I'm like, dude, this Earth is like a McDLT, and maybe a giant star is coming along to eat us. Would that make us sesame seeds on the bun? Nah, dude. We'd be like the atoms. Okay, great. But I'm just saying, we got a heat wave going on that will be happening, not even counting Japan's heat wave. Oh, man, look at Africa. Thing's on fire. Yeah. That is nasty. 100. Look at that. Yeah, I just. 113. I mean, that's India. That is. Look at the. See, this is what. This is totally. Like, if anybody says they get it all, they don't. They totally don't. The fact that you can have, like, here you have your heat cake all around, and then the icing is snow and freezing. That's pretty wild. To have, like, 19 degrees there, and that's probably not even 300 miles. And 108 over there. There's some wild stuff going on. I mean, is Earth's core like a crystal liquid? Is it like a plasma silicate? Is it magic? Who knows? Science definitely doesn't know. They haven't been more than 12 miles down, asterisk. And should I be worried that I'm going to get shot in the face by one of Elon Musk's Starlink things? I need to know. Because I need to prioritize the things that I need to be paranoid about. And I tell jokes sometimes, so try not to take the joke telling too seriously, especially if it's the end of the world. You gotta let me get some giggles in, okay? And I might get giggles to you as well. The sun is pregnant. I'm sticking with that. She might have been shooting out babies like crazy. We don't know. Man, if you go watch her every day, she's doing something different. Look at that signature right there. Yeah, what is going on with... I mean, look at that thing. It's like a straight line. See that square up? That is wild. Talk nice to Alexa. Oh, well. If I'm ever going to get to have sex again, it's probably going to be with a computer. Or what was I like? Machine? Robot lady. All right. I'm going to give you guys a treat if you want it or not. And if by any chance William, Harry, the new wife, or the Queen are here, this is a rough edit of a Brexit video. Where are you at? That I've been working on for a while. I can't figure out how to end it. Where are you at? That's not it. But I don't know, there might be cussing and weird shit in it. So if you're not down with cussing and weird shit that expands your mind and the way you look at things, then there's probably no, oh, this is important. Crap, I forgot. All right. Here we go. Ready?
Today, more than ever before, our survival, yours and mine and our children's, depends on our adherence to ethical principles. Ethics alone will decide whether atomic energy will be an earthly blessing or the source of mankind's utter destruction.
This leads us directly to the same age-old controversy which confronts young people today.
And America is a target.
We were heading for insolvency.
Whether or not it's an external factor or an external shock, I think we're postponing a lot of things in global markets, like the sovereign fiscal nexus in Italy, like the banking situation across Europe, like Brexit, like the US corporate debt situation. So I think there's a number of outlying risks.
What is the worst thing that can happen if we all work together?
Man versus man versus nature, man versus technology, man versus himself.
Or are you going to break out of that trading system that you've been in?
No change, of course, necessary.
There's something wrong with it. It's the end.
Tom's fighting for his life. So is the other man. Let's go back and see what it's all about.
In the last hour, British Prime Minister Theresa May resigning. As Prime Minister, she will do this on June 7th, which is weird.
The Aztecs, on their feast days, would sacrifice 20,000 men to their gods. We feel superior to them.
And so we think that's, incredibly important. We also think that the philanthropic component is really important.
Make no mistake, my brothers. When the air is still and the night has fallen, the question is, who will you stand with?
We must unite and fight as one. We will perish.
So, now it's decision time.
Welcome to Asteroid Fight Club. I'm your host, Thor. Today we have
What the hell are you doing here?
Technically and intellectually, we are living in an atomic age. Emotionally, we are still living in the Stone Age.
He's got cocaine, hot chicks, sports cars, bombed out buildings, Margaret Thatcher, Ronald Reagan, FBI agents, and hardcore drug dealers.
It will be followed by death within 3 minutes. Their purpose? Retaliation. Their target? People.
It's just a vicious circle.
This is nuclear war.
If the Russians or anyone else attacked Britain with nuclear weapons, would you want us to retaliate by destroying an equal number of Russian cities?
Yes, I would. Yes.
It's just a vicious circle. But I suppose we should have to retaliate.
Oh, yes, I think so. So definitely.
Yes, I suppose I would.
In the present version of the Civil Defense pamphlet listing the various items to be taken into a refuge room for life in a post-nuclear Britain are the following words. And a box containing birth and marriage certificates, savings bank books, and national health medical cards.
Aim for this one. My God. Zilla.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Our planet will perish unless we set Godzilla free.
All right. So you see that for all the refugee immigrant talk, like this was Britain, I guess, back in the day when it was like nuclear war, man, it could kill us all. And so they were like, all right, if we get nuked, show up at your refugee camp and be sure and bring a box containing your birth and marriage certificates, your bank account books, and your national health medical cards. What are those, man? What are national health medical cards? That sounds crazy. But that's what your government's telling you to bring. If, you show up Do I still not have a? Still can't scroll. My hackers are so good. Still can't scroll up and down. Okay. I wish I could read y'all's comments. Dang it. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm thinking about throwing a festival in September and October. It'll be real fun. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Have bands and then, people like me. And then we talk and stuff. And I'd get a couple of people like me on a stage and have us all talk together. Can you imagine that? I don't think I've ever seen the Truth Community do that, where people with kind of different views on stuff get on a stage and talk at the same time. All right, so this I'm just saying, like when the shit hits the fan, if you think the government is going to be like, yeah, we got the politicians have been working night and day to make sure to have your back in case of tsunami, major earthquake, major volcano, whatever. Financial collapse, dude, they've been making sure that the people of America get taken care of. The soldiers who are so great and have looked out for us and have done what they've been told to do. I know, dude, that's what I'm saying. There's no government on the planet that seems to have a plan. Hey, Gwendolina. Gwen. Okay. It's raining bad. Yeah, the flooding situation is bad. And, let me point out before I go back to Ohio, but here's the thing. That's what the media does. Like, the lady, because I'm really good at my stuff. And B, when the lady is here, because I covered Grexit. Remember when Grexit was going to explode? And all of a sudden it was like, oops, not Grexit. It's Brexit. And so here we go. Listen to her.
External factor and external shock. I think
external shock.
We're postponing a lot of things in global markets, like the sovereign fiscal nexus in Italy. Like the banking situation across Europe.
The banking situation, like they're all insolvent, man. I talked about this the other day with my friend about how, like, when they created the euro, it was before 9/11. They created it in 1999. And then it was like, I looked for videos on the creation of the euro and couldn't find any. On archive.org, no films, no nothing. Which was really weird, by the way. Let's talk about, anyway, so all those countries are totally insolvent. So that's why I look at, the UK actually did something heroic, like, all right, we're stepping out. We got to figure out something new for us and the whole world. And then we've been doggy paddling for 3 years ever since. And some people say it's my fault. And if it is, well, communication shit is weird. Like, everything is just weird all the freaking time. Okay, so now I'm going to give 2 more minutes before I go back to Ohio and the weather. Wait, let's double check, because if there's someone from Ohio who needs to know that is here, then I will not let you down. Yeah, last time I checked, there were 2. There was one a destructive tornado. Storms have weaker rotation around the Daytona area. The original supercell is crossing I-71 now, but rotation is substantially weaker. And I really hope no one is out in this mess, because this thing is not only spinning up tornadoes, that's a lot of rain. I mean, these giant chunks are covering cities. And so this was a few minutes ago. We dropped, for like the first time in a week or so, we dropped under 400, so that's good. Remember, my crazy prediction was that when we get to 500, that's probably when the hurricanes will hit, so we should prepare. So now we're only about 100 away. Although earlier we were at 421. Oh my God, I've been staring at this map so long. Like this, I check this thing all the time. And then this one. So I don't mean to be flippant. Like I was saying, if I don't get a vacation, I'm not going to have a filter, which I can handle, but I don't know if people are going to be able to come here during stressful times and have me just be kind of wacky. But I can't help it. I've been like staring into the abyss for like 6 years. Going, we got to team up. And, like, okay, we're looking at, it's a 98%. Like, we've steadily watched these, all of them climb. So, as your planetary defense commander, I almost feel like I got to quit. Because if shit starts flying off the hinges, then people are going to be like, it's all your fault. This all happened while you're planetary defense commander. I'll be like, well, I can only give the information. I don't, shit. Anywho, so yeah, you got like 400 rivers flooding, and the California dams are all built to spill, it feels like. And that we go through the rut-row. And then there's like the next storm system behind it. And we're getting that kind of steam rain, where rain comes out of the ground, maybe because it's so hot and steamy like gases. Well, hello, Robert's girl. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Blue Healer. We need more healers on the planet. And Paladins rule. They're the only hero class. That's not true. Druids are super OP. Okay. Shout out to Ninetails, the best druid I've ever known. Fantastic healer. Super guitar player. Oh, yeah. So we'd be putting Lightning Amendment back together, so you have to show back up again, 9. Thank God. Maybe it's an excuse just to get 9 there. And Cranky Weather Guy to come in and do a blog. He can wear a wrestler's mask. It's going to be weird if he turns out to be David Letterman. My hero. Yeah, Dave was my hero growing up. It still is. You don't have to agree with everybody on everything, dude. All right. So, yeah, this is tomorrow. And it's still going to be bad. And it's going to be bad for Texas as well. North Texas. Because it's just been. It was like we got hit in March. And Nebraska took the brunt of that. And then it really hasn't stopped and let up since March. Remember, that was when my computer got totally zapped. Because I was putting together. And some people said, you don't get hacked. Look, dude, I get hacked. And you don't understand. I'm like on the top of almost every list. Some good, some bad. And so I was putting together all the video footage from all the days that the Popocatépetl volcano's been going off all year. And it's just been like nonstop. And when I was editing it together, it's like, wow, holy shit, this is really scary. And then my whole computer got zapped. And then Chris Smith sent me a new one. And then we're back online. But I'm just saying, the fact that like the volcanic activity in Popocatépetl, Colima, and Fuego, they've just been, this is the most volcano activity out of that area in my lifetime I can remember. And, nobody ever talks, not nobody, but not many people, definitely outside the truth community, mention volcanoes. So, does all the volcanoes down here that are going off nonstop, is that affecting the heat in the Caribbean? Absolutely. But we don't even know what gases are coming out of Earth. And I know that the people who are sciencey that wish they could talk about this but can't, at times they get worried about the acid levels in the oceans. Ay caramba. But I'd like to thank all the soldiers that have ever helped keep me alive, for sure. Thank you. Doing the best I can. Shoot, I could walk out on my porch tonight to look at Jupiter get shot in the face by a sniper. I probably wouldn't complain because that would seem pretty painless. I'll try and smile big enough so they can hit me in the teeth. Man, it's a strange day. But as a kid, when I was growing up, I was like, I want to be a superhero when I grow up. And be careful what you wish for, kids. I'm just kidding. All right. But yeah, we got a heat wave coming this week. We have more tornadoes coming through. And let's go back to the dots. It's like I pull. All right. Okay. All right. So this is I'm gonna jump back in the downer. I'm gonna show. You're about to hear a bunch of cuss words. This made me. I was in a really, 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 really bad mood, and something that's happened to me like 70% of the time I get in my bad moods. I go to work on an old video that I'd done audio on, and then it makes me laugh a lot, and so I get put in a better mood. So there are parts of this video I think that are very funny, and I'm still working on it. But there are there's a record number of Thor News cuss words or bad words or name calling names in here. So you're warned. You could step out if that's not your cup of tea. Well, I got 12 people in here. 96. Oh, I didn't mean to yell. Sorry. Okay, so this can just be a comedic break in amidst all the doom. But here we go. It's about geo jerks.
I would think if you smoke a Capri cigarette while wearing Capri pants and drinking a Capri Sun, you're definitely capricious. This video is going to be highly unpredictable and a bit unstable, with a lot of fluctuating cussing. Geomagnetic jerk. That capricious goat milker is fickle with his wayward and undependable ways. What? A schleppy, guacked out wiener yo-yo. Geomagnetic jerk. Will Thornu survive? Probably. I'm guessing, yeah, probably. Rarely is the question asked, what is a geomagnetic jerk? Come on, let us find out. Ladies and gentlemen, this video is going to have some bad words and name calling in it, so you best skedaddle if you can't handle it.
Party dance time.
We're flying now. This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News present Geo, combining form relating to Earth, magnetic, exhibiting, or relating to magnetism. Magnetism, a physical phenomenon produced by the motion of electric charge, resulting in attractive and repulsive forces between objects. The ability to attract and charm people. His personal magnetism attracted men to the Brotherhood. What? Man, it's weird world. Jerk. Jerk. A noun. A quick, sharp, sudden movement. A spasmodic, earth, muscular twitch. A contemptibly obnoxious person. Fool, idiot, ass, halfwit, nincompoop, blockhead, buffoon, dunce, dolt, ignoramus, cretin, imbecile, dullard, moron, simpleton, clod, more. You're a more dude. Whoa, crap. Dope, ninny, chump, dimwit, nitwit, goon, dumbo, dummy, dum-dum, dumbbell, loon, jackass, bonehead, fathead, dunderhead, chucklehead, knucklehead, muttonhead, puddinghead, dickhead, woodenhead, airhead, pinhead, lame brain. That's a lot of head. That's a lot of head. There's many varieties of used in a negative connotation. Lame brain, pea brain, dick brain, ass brain, elbow brain, back of the knee brain, big toe brain, booger brain, nutsack, mind, zombie nerd, donkey dipstick, noodle twit, nit numpty, goat clot, plonker, Burke Pratt, Wally Git, Pillock, Wazcock sucker, Wazcock deep throater, divvy, Nurk twerp, Charlie Mug, informal muppet, Nayaf, balloon, sump goke, an informal gobdaw, a very formal schmuck, bozo, boob, tit face, flesh scoops of obtuseness, lame, lamer, lamest, turkey, chicken, asshat, dipshit cracker, schlepper, chowderhead, dumbhead, yay, just what I wanted, goofball, goofus, glute, dork, a lummoxing, klutzy putz, schmeasel, schlemiel, sap, meatball, beyond meatball, a pink gink, a cluck clunk ding dong, a ding bat, a ding dick, a ding butthole, ding scrotum, ding vagina mouth, a schleppy guacked out wiener yo-yo, weenie, weenie, dip, simp, spud, coot, palook, poop, square head, hey, maybe all this head's a good sign, yo-yo, yo dingleberry, the royal wingnut, drongo, a dill, an alec, a baldwin, a glop, a nong, a boogan, poon, boofhead, a mom parachute, knobhead, a drooly, sloppy knobhead, asshat, a butt fedora, tom fool, a basic fool, a turnip truck faller offer, a naughty.
I'm sorry. Somebody probably came in the middle of that looking for tornado information. I didn't know. I was just trying to define the words, you know. So I had a bunch of those words listed there. I love African drums. Boom, boom, boom. They're like the warpath. Here come the big elephant drums. I wanted elephants. That's what Sarah says. Ignoramus. There are a couple good ones in there. So yeah. But But did you, on the other one, if you were here for that, where they had the guy say, the Aztecs used to sacrifice 20,000 people on their big feast day. And then I found another Aztec film from like the 40s or the 50s where they're like, the Aztecs used to sacrifice one willing person. And that's exactly how it went down. And I never heard of that again. I never heard him mention that they used to sacrifice 20,000 on feast day. So I thought it was important information for people who, you know, think that like at times there are still sects of the Aztecs or the Spanish Inquisition that are still around Earth trying to play in this big game of risk that we are all involved in, yet not all people rolled the dice. What are you doing? Okay. And so over here, we have our next wave of storms that will be coming through. And as I was mentioning earlier, it looks like, especially on the models, that the terrain is almost creating the rain like steam. And so that is definitely something to watch out for. And at times, the heat line, because California will be heating up as well this week. The rain goes along the heat line. And these models are so bad out past 5 days. Like right now, it has California getting almost no rain over the next 16 days. And I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think, I did a lot of research on the Shinto religion. I don't think, and then I did a lot of research on the video. They wouldn't even let me. They took my video down. All I did was use 1940s propaganda films against that were anti-Hitler and super anti-Japan. And YouTube like snatched that thing down faster than you could say. That's pretty. I mean, the video I did was pretty amazing because. I don't know. I'm just saying that we have demonized the Shinto religion for a long time. But full disclosure, I've definitely had a crush on Japanese women majority of my life. So, and one of the characters in the best screenplay I ever wrote, the half of the power duo, was technically the Shinto goddess reborn. And the main character, Satoru Ray Jones, is the second coming of Christ, is a blonde-haired, blue-eyed samurai. You know, you got to metaphor things. And so, it's like economics. Its best metaphor is like action scenes. Because numbers are boring. Yeah, it hit Daytona really hard. And then I had a second tornado behind it. I know Colorado has had tornado. I mean, that's why I'm trying to stay on top of it, but that I haven't put out a lot of edited videos on weather lately because it's hard to put the icing on top because you got all the dams over here at like 98, 97%. We've got all these rivers flooding. And so now we're like consistently at 400. And the amount of major gauges, you know, the 71 was a record like 2 weeks ago. And now we hit 82 today. And so, you know, the Mississippi and the Arkansas are, you know, this is, I don't know, it's been 2-3 months since I've been talking about this situation, how it would get here and what it would do. And we're here. And look, I get that this is not on the top 100 priorities of politicians nationwide, but this is the time that if Americans are ever going to rally together and circle the wagons, like, I got mad. I was a jerk to somebody on the day on Twitter because they were like, yeah, this is a sacrifice zone. These are the people going to be sacrificed. It's like, dude, I don't want to hear the bad guys' plans. You know, I think we're all aware that most of us are. There's a possibility. Edgar Casey kind of mapped it out for us, if you will. And so I believe all prophecy was given to us for damage mitigation. But some people like to take all the extra info, and you can almost see the heat line where the heat line will be. It's like where the heat line is here. Everything raining is in between the cool and the heat. And so I'm just saying that, like I said, our economy hit a bad zone where humans became the consumer and the consumed. And so instead of us getting the really good data, we just get yelled at about climate change. Like it's our fucking fault that we haven't gotten oil companies to change their ways yet. Like that's literally the whole media is like, when there's always a bad storm going on, you always have like 10 people on Twitter, wherever, talking about how like we have to act on climate change now. What does that even mean, man? Like, so what, you vote for a politician who's going to then go talk to the oil companies and get the oil companies to change their ways? Have you ever actually paid attention to the freaking economy? Like, we got warships hanging off of Venezuela. Russia's got warships off Venezuela. You know, like, yeah, dude, like, I don't know where the hell's going down, but it's a good time for everybody to work together and shrug off all the old, bad ways of ancient ritual and tradition. I know it sounds scary, but it's really not. Not here in Panama City, no canopy gone. And so, okay, so we have, like, now we're in a period where it's nonstop tornadoes almost. I mean, it's been tornado-y for a week, and then nonstop flooding. It's been floody for what, 2 months, 3 months? And so, imagine when we add hurricanes to the mix. I am pretty sure we will see landfalling or near landfalling hurricanes September 13th, was the 20th, October 14th, 15th, right around there. So there's 3 I know of. I don't know when the hurricanes are going to show up. It could be, my guess would be the middle of August, but the Gulf of Mexico is going to make everything more interesting. If that starts firing out tornado or hurricanes, we're in trouble. And so we could see a pretty just sci-fi hurricane season. I'm saying it's a possibility, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see 2 to 3 no matter what. So to have conditions deteriorating like this and not really to have anybody doing anything about it. Like, when was the last time you heard anyone in the media mention we have 400 rivers flooding? And that's a pretty good story, man. I don't know. Like, I don't want to talk about 1994, dude. It's 2019. But yeah, we got tornadoes that are moving through. And if you are in front of this storm over the next 48 hours, all the way till it goes to the ocean, I would definitely pay attention to it. You know, one of the asteroid Fight Club ways is preparing, where you just do your Lieutenant Dan. Neo, don't get caught by the woman in the red dress. I'm talking about Lieutenant Dan. And then beautiful women never show up on my timeline. And all of a sudden they do to make me look dumb. Way to go, Alexa. You're a genius. Okay. There you go. Unbelievable and catastrophic damage in Salina, Ohio, surrounding Dayton metro area after large devastating tornadoes struck the city. And like, I'm having a hard time keeping up on what states have had dams and levees break. So now it would be interesting to see what states have been hit by tornadoes in the last week, because they've been pretty widespread. And it's just weird how, like, this has become just like commonplace. Active, fast, and extremely tricky pattern. Severe storms anticipated. But Dayton wasn't in the tornado risk cats in early outlook today. So yeah, definitely Katia, New York, and the areas around the East Coast. You guys watch as the storm moves out. After a holiday weekend and late ramp up, wonder how high in mines at a night and long track scary. Left off the most recent because there are 4 uploads and the anime would be tiny and unreadable. So here's the APM. I don't see Daytona. Yeah, and I know Illinois has been getting hit hard. Do I have any info on the Oroville Dam? Well, I know that I am not as worried about the Oroville Dam right now. It seems to be holding up. Although on the thing that is weird is that they haven't been outflowing a lot. I would think at this point they would be pumping out a whole lot more water, but they haven't been doing that. And so I was talking to a guy today, a meteorologist in the West Coast, and he was talking about they still have a whole lot of snowpack that's going to melt. So it almost seems like this is definitely going to happen. You know, because there's, like I said, there's a lot of snowpack. There's more rain that seems to be at least going to rain in the Sierras. So this has the ability to create like one really big event. If these dams break, I have to go back and look at the videos where it shows how much of this we get filled up depending on what broke when. But that's why, like, I'm trying to stay sane as the information continues to get. Oh, cool. Sometimes the CC's crazy. I think I have it up. Howdy, neighbor. Howdy, Groots. Hey, Mr. King Kong. Yeah, so the movies tell us King Kong and Godzilla are going to have to help us. We're going to have to take King Kong and Godzilla into the negotiations with the bankers and the oil people. Godzilla won't let them sacrifice us. Godzilla is cool. Man. So yeah, so like I said, if the dams break in California, it's going to be, for lack of a better term, a more made-for-TV event than this long duration, 2 months out now, just constant rain over the same parts over and over again. And I know that my people in Texas are definitely taking the situation more seriously, because I know that out east it's really wet and we are been dealing with flooding on our own. Remember, all this water will be coming down, but the Arkansas is in really bad. The Arkansas River is in really bad shape. Let me go to weather.com. Highgate, Vermont here. Well, hello. And tornadoes hit Iowa, Minnesota. And Minnesota tornadoes just seem rare to me, or rarer than usual. What up, Missouri? Roofs torn off at fairgrounds. Severe threat to range. Like I said, we got rivers hit record levels. And it was like, is it the Arkansas? So the Arkansas hit 37 feet, like 38.1 or something. And so that broke the all-time record for the highest the Arkansas River had ever been. And the thing is that they've been pointing out, Ari and Danielle, I think, maybe Abrams, that it's going to get to 42 feet. So it's now already at the highest it's ever been, and it's floated out everything all around it in some areas, but it's going to get to 5 more feet higher by like Monday or Tuesday. So that, you know, this whole area, our farmers, we need to do what we can to take care of them. I mean, we are all in this together. And so, and like I said, so then you had the major heat wave in Japan and happening in India, and then we got our southeastern heat wave where the beaches will be popular with scantily clad peeps hopping in the ocean. But if you get in the ocean, dude, rip currents, they've been killing people at double the rate of normal. So I am Thor. If there's one thing I fully respect 100% of the time, always, is the power of the ocean. My strength is nothing compared to the power of the ocean. So just be careful. They've lost quite a few people to rip currents. And so, yeah, I don't mess around with that. If it's rip currenty, let's double check in. Like I said, that this, if you're in front of the storm, this portion, like this zone right here, yeah, like definitely if from here out, and it'll be interesting to see this big line. It's gonna bring quite a bit of rain to Pittsburgh, Harrisburg, Philadelphia, Katya Land. We can even go to the, as I showed before. Wow, I just got a sharp pain in my heart. Did somebody out there just stab my voodoo doll with a pin? That is not fair. I have not kissed anyone in a year and a half. My silly crushes are all I have. Why would thou take those away from me? Plus, okay. Man. I never thought dating would be this fucked up in the future. But it is. Okay. So yeah, like this area, this is the same spot tomorrow that this is the spot that we'll be getting hit again. And then, but this is the abnormal one that, where is that? Pennsylvania. And I love you, Pennsylvania. You guys are great. Fantastic. It looks like circulation's almost trying to happen here. See that? So yeah, it's gonna, like I was saying earlier, this is get to Pennsylvania. You are under the tornado gun. So remax your strength to awesome. And you know, if it looks like there's a nasty squall line, do your best. And like I said, even 2 or 3 minutes extra time let you figure out which room you're going to go in, although you should know ahead of time. Pull a mattress or two in there, say a prayer, and then sing a song. People are psycho. Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I tried to just stay in my foxhole, hoping people would calm down and get a bit saner. But that shit has not happened yet. So I don't know why God programmed me to physically touch a woman once or twice a day. It seems cruel at this point. Like, dude, what are you doing? I'm trying to work over here. Okay. And so this is the day after tomorrow. This is Wednesday. And so all of, North Texas, Central Texas, on here it shows anywhere as far over to, was that like Midland? Alpine, where I'd be having my festival. And if we do the festival, it would be in Alpine, Texas, where the McDonald Observatory is. There are crystal caves there. And Alpine, or McDonald, that place is the darkest place in the United States. So it could be totally fun. And that's what I want it to be. And the theme would be building about new cities. Okay, great. So yeah, it's going to be tornado-y. The weather's going to get wilder, and then tornado or hurricanes are the absolute wild card. I don't know if we're going to change anything about how we respond to stuff. I would like to have some type of vacation before the hurricanes start to hit, because if I have to check these maps all day, every day, and then the hurricanes come, I'm going to be kind of crazy. Okay. So, yeah, but my theories are, I definitely think we might see one of the hurricanes go to where the wettest worst area would be. So if like a hurricane came in now, it would go up like here and then twist out. What up, kid? I hope you're 18, man, because this is totally adults. And I mean, I don't know. I hope everybody's an adult. And what is an adult? It's someone over 18. But I'm glad I wasn't here for the 400 cuss words. That was okay. So yeah, what is this L shape? Is that X? Planet X. It's in the mountains. So yeah, it's getting real hot. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your fear and let's deal with this accordingly. And so, see, like Japan is cooled down now. I guess it's night during the heat wave, but still, look at this. If there's one image that is like, wowzers, that is incredible. Yeah, we all need someone. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody. There is potential Barry in the Atlantic. But look how weird that is. Well, yeah, I'm watching I don't know which one you're talking about, but what has got me fascinated is the Gulf, or what is the area by Mexico? I'm almost there. I'm going to make it. Here we go. Okay. Check this out. But that's it. This is where I'm just like, that is the area that I'm concerned about the most, because I think with wind shear and that setup that we don't have to necessarily worry about the Atlantic now, but it's always best to be prepared. But what is going on here is it's definitely just going to need a kick and some spin, and that thing will be flying. But personal Thor News climatology says that the hurricanes don't start hitting until the middle of August. But that's just based on numbers and history. And that shit ain't dependable. Yeah, great song. Music is also great. So everybody needs somebody. Blues Brothers. If you've never seen that, when you get old enough, kid meteorologist, ask your dad, your mom. Y'all can watch the Blues Brothers together. You're probably old enough. That movie's amazing. And I bet in a different life, if Jake and Elwood got the chance, they would have been great meteorologists. I would have watched them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so, and most of the stuff in the Atlantic is headed out towards the UK. So the softball machine that is Africa has not started up yet. So it looks like the tornado situation for now has calmed down a little. I can't say that. Leave me alone, beautiful ladies. I don't want anybody stabbing my voodoo dolls. You know? Although I would let someone stab my voodoo doll for the right woman. Wait, that doesn't even make sense. Hemp would help. I definitely think marijuana should be legalized in Texas, in the United States, and all across the world. And so, but what I was trying to say before is that, like with Brexit, for 2 years, everybody's just been talking about how horrible Theresa May has been doing. Like it's her fault, and it's not. And so nobody's really talked about how all of Europe is totally insolvent. And so because we are nationally, globally connected, if one major currency goes down, then that's probably big trouble for the rest of them. So, you know, there are a lot of problems everybody's going to work out. And, if you know, it's like musical chairs with flamethrowers and a foot of gasoline around the room. So it definitely not going to kill us and destroy us, but we're going to start making some good choices. I've been talking about this shit for 20 years. It's called the Grand Transition. How to get from the old oil and war economy to something a million times better. Help me, hemp. Yeah, go there. Hemp is badass. What are you doing now? You freaking out? And once again, thanks. You know, we should honor all the soldiers and all the sacrifices and the lives that have been made by building a better future for everyone and continuing to make America, and definitely Texas, the beacon of freedom all across the world, that we finally lead by example. Steak. Yeah, Ohio, massive. Whoa. Yeah, it's very poltergeisty. Not into socialism, but that's a whole, like, socialism doesn't exist, capitalism doesn't exist, communism doesn't exist. This is like, it's kind of like when they took the three Abrahamic religions, you know, Judaism, Christianity, what was it? Muslimism? Okay. And so that way you get everybody fighting over it. It's like the same thing with the economy. You get people fighting over these dumbass definitions of socialism, communism, and capitalism. Like, people say Venezuela is a socialist country. They don't own their minerals, man. Like, If you don't own your oil, your gold, your silver, you're not a socialist country. If you don't own your own resources, you're not like people. It's like if you look at what the things are supposed to be, they're nothing like what they're defined as. So it's like the corporations have just given us like 3 things to argue over. So it's like, which one's the best? The independent, the Republicans, the Democrats. Which one's the best? Socialism, capitalism, or communism? Which one's the best? You know, like, and so everybody's fighting. And so either way, when the currencies just collapse, the 180 currencies in the world, when one of the big ones goes insolvent and the rest of them are insolvent, it's like we're at $260 trillion in debt now, then it's going to be like a firecracker chain. And so we need to stop looking towards the past and the now and to the future. You know, it's kind of like, we're pretty sure we're going to see hurricanes and 500 rivers flooding. How do we want to handle it? We're pretty sure we're going to see currency problems and insolvency in the next few months to a few years. So how do we want to handle it? And the problem is that the people are making a lot of money by telling us about anything other than those things. So I'm just going to do the best I can. See, that's what all these were being sold. You know, I did my video earlier, I don't know if you guys saw it, but the thing where it came out that a lot of politicians had used information to short airlines before 9/11. And then they had to pass a bill saying that the politicians are no longer allowed to use top secret information for trading. And that was just one of those points where you're like, of all the things that have made me lose faith in politicians across the board, that's like one of the main chunks. I'm like, oh yeah, shit is weird, why buildings haven't fall, and yeah, it was bizarre that a lot of people shorted the airlines right before the incident. You know, there's follow the money. Unless you want to stay happy, have a girlfriend, have a decent job, have a decent car, go out to eat with friends and stuff, then definitely do not follow the money. Just follow whatever bandwagon has the cutest women on it if you're single. Okay. I love you guys, and I appreciate y'all, and things are weird. But you guys have been fantastic, and you saved my ass every time. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm doing what I can. And yeah, but things are bad, and the only way it's going to get better is if we come together. So I will talk to you guys in the near future. If Tesla wasn't infiltrated, we'd already be there. I don't know, like I've heard different versions of all the, like this Grand Transition has so many plot twists, and like, we're up, we're down, we're up, we're down. It's, I mean, and on one level, it's about as amazing and interesting as you could have ever asked for. You know, as long as like everything turned out okay, then sure, it was wonderful. And we did a wonderful job. But if we do go off the cliff like Thelma and Louise with the car on fire and people strangling each other, you know, then that's bad. So we'll see. Yeah, no, everybody, that's what, like, everybody's infiltrated and not infiltrated. But the whole thing is like, until like anything major happens, you don't know who's on whose team. That's the whole thing about like mercenaries and people in the middle, paycheck people. Okay, solar energy, all types of. Nero used to run Rome on water power. They had electricity, clocks. Their inventions from the Nero age and what they could do with I mean, you can power all the electricity in America just off the ocean currents and waves. You know, it's the false scarcity system until we can. No, I know Tesla's dead, but it's like his idea, like the better technologies that have existed for a long time are still there. And until we learned how to, quote unquote, share, we're in trouble. Okay, I love you guys though. We're hanging in there. What is it? Old saying? This might get me killed. Women can't live with them, can't live without them. Or is that toxic masculinity? I don't even know. Okay, but be good to your mamas, be good to your daddies, be good to your friends, and be good to the people on YouTube, and be good to yourself. And I'll talk to you guys in the future. God bless everyone. Stay cool, live long and prosper, and may the force be with you always.